Hello and welcome to Universe Chronicles Tales of College Companions, the podcast series where we talk about different issues that are related with our actual society. I'm Daniel Escucha and I'm here with Nicolás Sanabria.
Hey folks.
Okay, so in today's episodes we'll be talking about more social issues in the US, such as social classes, ethnicity, and gender issues. We are talking about some specific topics about all these topics, by the way. So let's begin with with what? Well, with social classes issues that there are in the United States. So the first thing that we have to know is that there are some divisions about social classes. The first one is that there are upper, middle, working, and lower class. But there are also other views like five quantiles that are the bottom, lower middle, upper middle, and top. And this organization is according to their income, to people incomes. I mean, and talking about this, there are some surveys that were taken in 2020, and these statistics affirm that people with lower income were the ones with more incidence of diabetes and indices of chronic obstructive pulmonary disorders. In addition, these people have lower statistics in avoid public spaces and small gatherings of people like family or friends. What do you think about this, Nicholas?
Well, yes, the United States has been recently facing a very big problem between the social classes because, yes, as you mentioned, the most noticeable part of this issue is the income. What is the income? Is how much money does that specific person do, no matter the work or the time they are doing that. Also, based on that, they also have some social classes issues such as the quality education and some big issue about the US, it's the healthcare. So basically people rather die after an accident than call an ambulance because it's too expensive for them. So yes, also another big problem that we as Gen Z is facing is to the possibility to have a proper house, an own house, because yeah, prices has been skyrocket. They're pretty high. So a house nowadays costs like $500,000. So yes, that's pretty messed up. Also, this is also affected because one little issue. Because well, yes, the income, the education, and also the healthcare is based on something else, which is our next topic, which is ethnicity issues. What do you have to say about ethnicity issues, Daniel?
Okay, about ethnicity issues. Well, as we already know, the US has too many problems about racism, about xenophobic. So there are a lot that we can to talk about it. For example, well, the first thing I would like to talk about is the racism, and that, for example, since 2020, it's been like decreasing because of the George Floyd incident. I don't know if you know something about that, Nicholas.
Well, yes, George Floyd was an African American person which was, let's say, killed by a former policeman. The reason why he was killed in the first place is because he was resisting arrest. And well, yes, it doesn't matter the place in the world, you don't have to resist an arrest. Why he was arrested? Because he was trying to pay at the gas station using a $20, using a false $20 cash. So they called the police, they resisted arrest, they were also under the influence of drugs. So yes, that escalated very high with also the infamous phrase, which is "I can breathe," famous last words from George Floyd. After that, the black community in the United States basically blew up. There started riots, turned fire some stores, buildings, attacked the police. It was a total chaos. Also, there was like how to say, the BML movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, gained a lot of strength out of this. And since that, the racism has been increasing because if you don't, no matter how ethnicity you are, no matter the color of your skin, if you're Asian, Caucasian, no matter what, if you don't agree or don't let black people do what they wanna do, you are going to be called a racist. And well, that's a word with a lot of weight in the United States. So yes, it's been escalated, and even though the people say racism has been decreasing, it's the total opposite. It's been increasing a lot in not only white and black people, also between Hispanic and Asian people. All of them, they don't even tolerate each other anymore. So yes, that's a big ethnicity problem.
Well, to be honest, I don't think it's people's fault per se, because as we know, US has like a very low like culture about like when they have all these kind of problems. For example, that what you said about black people, that they think that everything is racing, is something that happened like the similar with our next topic. That, well, maybe it's not our next topic because it's not related. I don't know if you know something about like sexual fluency, like these people like that are homophobic, well, that are homosexual, all these people of the LGBT community, they do the same. Like they always like victimize themselves, something like that. But it's because of their culture, because U.S. culture is like a victimized culture, I guess, or I will say that. But now that we talk about like this gender topic or kind of related, now we are going to talk about our last topic, that is gender issues. And first we are talking about the gender identity, something that is kind of interesting about the US is that due to social movements and according to a survey in 2022, 10% of the US population is opposed about protecting trans people from discrimination. 20% of these people, 20% is neither favor nor oppose about, well, about trans people, about protecting trans people from discrimination, and the 64% is strongly favor or favor. And another survey compares some statistics in 2017, 2021, and 2022 about saying whether a person is a man or a woman. For the first year, 44% said that sex can be different from sex assigned at birth, and 54 said that it determined by sex assigned at birth. And the next year, the 2021, was 41% and 56%. And the last one, 2022, was 38% and 60%. That's something weird because as we saw before, there are a lot of like, how can I say that? There's a lot of, well, a lot of people disagree about protecting trans people from discrimination, but at the same time these people said that, well, says that, well, like the gender, that the sex, it has to be the one with that you bear. So what do you think about that, Nicolás?
Well, I think the LGBT community is kind of hypocrite in this way because the feminist doesn't want trans women to be part of the movement because they are biologically males, and they don't want that. Also, gay people doesn't like trans men because they are biological women. So how's this movement, how's this community talking about acceptation if they don't even accept themselves, the same community? So that's kind of hypocrite in here. And also moving on with the gender issues in the United States, this also encompasses disappearances and discrimination based on the gender identity and expression. It doesn't even matter if they are trans people, if they are non-binary people, even though if that person is a straight white male, Even if he acts a little bit feminine, it gets discriminated, saying bad words to him. Just an example, they can call him just a faggot if they, I don't know, just paint their nails. So, yes, also these include equal pay, limited representation in leadership roles. Because, yes, we sometimes think about a manager as a male person that, well, is in charge about this specific store, this specific restaurant. We talk about the manager as a male, not as a female person. Also, the gender-based violence, because yes, the gender violence is not from male to female. It is also from female to male. But for some reason, this violence from female to male is not as visible as we want to. Well, social expectations, because, well, you have a child, this child is a male. You want him to be the man in the house, to have a good job, to pay for everything, have a car, have studies. However, if you have a daughter, you want her to expect to be, as an example, of course, to be a good wife, to take care of the kids, and so on and so forth, with some multiple examples we already know. So, yes, the gender issues are also a very big problem within the United States, not only because of the gender identity, but also with the gender, how can I say it? Gender stereotypes. Yes, the gender stereotypes. If you want a male to be on rule and a woman to be submissive. So it's kind of hard to work on that.
Okay, I have a question for you, Nicholas. Do you think that their the salary bridge is real?
Well, not quite, because woman wants the same salary as a man doing the same thing. But I don't see women working on construction. I don't see women taking out the trash. I just see women doing the most simple job. Not only because they are assigned that, because of course, coming again back to the gender stereotype, because the woman has to be doing the light work while the man has to do the hard work. It's because of that, because if women starts to work on something else like construction or maybe more hard works to do, I think after that they can start asking for a equal payment, because we will have equal payment until we all do equal jobs.
Yeah.
So yes, I don't think that's very much real.
Well, yeah, I'm agree. Well, I agree with you. But for real, I think that it's kind of impossible because according to like biological things, men are strong than women. That is just because of the yeah, of the six things that we already have as human beings. So well, I think it's kind of impossible. But well,
Well,
thank you.
we are born as a male, biologically speaking. Why there's some people talking they are a woman if they are biological a male. So based on that thinking, I don't think our biological abilities have something in common, something to do with what we can do. Well, if you are biologically a male and you think you're a woman, why does biological woman, do the same job as biological males? So it's just to have the willing to do.
Well, yeah, it's true. So well, we don't have so much time for today. So now we are talking about all these social issues that the US have. So we can see that for real, the US need to work a lot of well, it has to work a lot on this problem because they are just focusing on the capital things about money, about power, and they are supposed to be like the highest country in the world, but maybe that could be changed one day. Well, maybe, because if you are just focus on like the money and the power, and you are going to forget your people, maybe that's going to be like your, I don't know, like your this destruction. So that's what I think about all of this that we have talked in this podcast. So well, I think that's all for today. I don't know if you want to tell tell us something else, Nicholas.
No, I don't have nothing else to say for this time.
Okay, so well, please rate or review or subscribe. I don't know where you are going to listen to this. So well, this is everything for today. I'm Daniel Escucha, and I'm here with Nicolás Sanabria. Thank you for listening.